Online at iriejamradio.com.
It's Irie Jam Radio Sports.
Sports Caribbean. Sports.
This is Irie Jam Sports, and I am Errol Walters.
Next on the decks.
Irie Jam Radio Sports.
So excited, you made my day.
Sports Extra.
The World Athletics Championships in Tokyo.
And now sports commentaries.
I'm Errol Walters. Tune in with Omilia Sports, Daniel Jarrett and Kemal Forde on Irie Jam Sports.
97.
Number one.
Live coverage of the World Athletics Championship.
IrieJamRadio.com.
Turn up.
Tell someone about
97.
The HD3.
Irie Jam Radio.
We will be bringing you all the news, all the excitement, all the attractions.
Sports Extra with
Errol Walters.
Irie Jam Radio.
Sports. Tune in.
Irie Jam Radio Sports.
Coverage.
Celebrates at the line. That's a new lifetime best.
online at iriejamradio.com.
It's Irie Jam Radio Sports.
Sports Caribbean. Sports.
This is Irie Jam Sports, and I am Errol Walters.
Next on the decks.
Irie Jam Radio Sports.
So excited, you made my day.
Sports Extra.
The World Athletics Championships in Tokyo.
And now sports commentaries.
I'm Errol Walters. Tune in with Omilia Sports, Daniel Jarrett and Kemal Forde on Irie Jam Sports.
97.
Number one.
Live coverage of the World Athletics Championship.
IrieJamRadio.com.
Turn up.
Tell someone about
97.
The HD3.
Irie Jam Radio.
We will be bringing you all the news, all the excitement, all the attractions.
Sports Extra with
Errol Walters.
Irie Jam Radio.
Sports. Tune in.
Irie Jam Radio Sports.
Coverage.
Celebrates at the line. That's a new lifetime best.
Good evening. Welcome back. So tonight we're gonna give you the scoop. I have tonight here with me my esteemed co-presenters, Mr. Daniel Jarrett and Mr. Kemal Forde from Omilia Sports. Now, before we dive in, first, we're going to be on for a full hour today, ladies and gentlemen. So we welcome you on whatever platform you're on. Irie Jam Radio. We're on social media. We are on Omilia Sports social media pages. So wherever you are tuning in, welcome. We have an amazing hour for you. And, as you can imagine, today, day 2 of the World Championships, lots to pack in. We have some special guests that are coming on. But before we actually go in, I really want to say condolences to the family of Tanisha Gale from Edwin Allen, young athlete, in the prime of her life, lost her life. So, from Omilia Sports and Irie Jam Sports, we want to wish her family and friends condolences, and our hearts go out to them. So, our prayers up for Tanisha Gale, her family and her friends. So, here we are, day 2 of the World Championships. So much has happened. We are now live on Irie Jam Radio. We are also on Omilia Sports, their social media pages. Now, Daniel, listen, you've got your ear to the ground. Tell me, what's happening?
A lot of excitement in the camp, Errol. A lot of excitement in the camp. A lot of persons really just are excited about the performances so far today. well, not necessarily today. All the persons in Japan who are tuned in as well, because I would have sent the link to some of
Okay,
my,
so listen,
my friends over there.
so
So
for the viewers, the listeners that don't know what has happened, first of all, set the scene. What happened last night, today, this morning, depending on where in the world they are? Tell the
some of
listeners, viewers, what happened.
Okay, guys, some of the most anticipated races were run between yesterday and today. If it is that you're in Jamaica, or if it is that you're in America, if it is that you're in Japan, some of the most anticipated races were run last night and in the morning, right? And guys, the Jamaicans were on the track. That 100 meters for women and men, those were run straight from the semifinals to the final. And let me tell you, Jamaica gathered in some medals. Jamaica got 3 medals in total out of those 100 meters. Tina Clayton, silver, 10.75 seconds, a massive personal best. Um, Kishane Thompson, 9.85, I believe it was that the time, Kemal?
Correct.
9.85 for silver. And guess who came in for first? Redemption. Oblique Seville, after countless attempts, countless times making the final, defeating Noah Lyles throughout the season, season after season, and finally, Seville came out victorious. Massive personal best, 19.77 seconds. And I just want to send a big shout out to Oblique Seville. I would have spoken to him over and over throughout the season. Spoke to him during Grand Slam track. I spoke to him when he was at the trials. I spoke to him when he was in Jamaica. And he continuously said that he is extremely confident. And this season, he was moving with purpose. And we could see that being displayed at the World Championships when he was going through the rounds, especially in that semifinals. Like, really, it was just crazy. So the
So Kamal,
Jamaicans were on show, the Jamaicans delivered, and everybody were really happy.
so Kamal, break it down for us. The times. Tell us about the
Listen,
times.
listen, exciting performances today from Oblique Seville and Kishane Thompson in that 100 meters, making it a Jamaican Quinella again, 9.77 seconds, a massive new personal best for Oblique Seville. First time going inside of 9.8 seconds. Has been a comfortable man in the 9.8 range. Finally broke through in the 9.7 range when it really mattered the most. Of course, where in the World Championship final, Kishane Thompson was there getting a silver medal, 9.82 seconds. Noah Lyles showing that he is indeed a championship performer, saved his best performance of the season, throwing 9.89 seconds. An excellent performance from all three men, but in particular, Oblique
So,
Seville, who has been knocking on the door countless amounts of times
Noah
just to
Lyles,
basically
was
get
that a
that.
season best or personal best?
A season's best, actually. You enter the championship with 9.990 seconds done a couple of done at the Celista Diamond League behind Kishane Thompson. Excellent performances from all three men. Oblique Seville has been knocking on the door for several seasons. 21 didn't make it, 22 didn't make it, 23 didn't make it, 24. We had fans asking when will it be the time that Oblique Seville would have mounted the podium. He mounted the podium at the right time, which of course the gold medal, the most important medal of that.
So listen,
Kemal, one of the things that I really admired during that race and after that race was the fact that we were able to also see the legend and his reaction to Oblique Seville's victory. Usain Bolt was on location during that time, and you could see the excitement in Usain Bolt's face, the excitement in his actions as well. And the fact that Usain Bolt was there, like he it's almost as if he got the opportunity to relive moments of his time in the World Championship. In that same race was a false start. Usain Bolt would have false started at a World Championship. And Oblique Seville came out victorious. His relationship with Oblique Seville is that Oblique is now coached by the same coach that coached Usain Bolt throughout his career, Glenn Mills. And now Glenn Mills has 3 world champions who are a part of his camp. So Trust me, it's
In
a
fact,
lot. It's a lot to really digest.
So
in
come on.
fact,
So
in
come on.
fact,
Listen.
four world champions actually. Coach Kim Collins to that brilliant world championship title back at the 2003 Paris Olympics there in St. Denis as well. To Johan Blake in Daegu 2011. To Usain Bolt 2009, 2015, 2013. Now to Oblique Civil here in 2025.
So come on. We thought that it would never happen. When was the last time we had a world champion?
In fact, the last time it happened was 10 years ago at the 2015 Beijing World Championship, where Oblique Civil was just 14 years old at the time. Kishan Thompson was 14 years old at the time. You know, young men in high school had dreams of becoming great as you say in both, excellent athletes are now. 10 years later, both of them have mounted the podium. Both of them have have a good friendship. Let's see how that goes, even for the men's 4x1 coming up later this week.
So and in terms of the ladies, when was the last time we had them?
The ladies have been extremely consistent. Jamaica has mounted every podium from 2000 between 2005 and now, except for 2017. Again, Tina Clayton delivered, surpassing Germany's Katrin Krebe as the youngest athlete at just 21 years old to earn a world championship medal, just as Shelley Fraser-Price did at the 2008 Olympics at 21 years old. The sky's the limit, things are endless for these athletes. And the great thing about the women's 100 meters is that all three athletes who competed with that in today's meet, the three medalists, Julian Alfred, Tina Clayton, and Melissa Jefferson Wooden, are all under the age of 25, which shows the fact that, hey, all things being healthy, you're going to have some good rivalry in the years to come.
So, gentlemen, so we're talking. So, listen, I don't know if you were like me, frustrated, anxious, wondering when we're going to have these stars emerging. Who are the heir apparents? What are the new coaches coming on board? So guess what? We've invited Jody Muschette to come and join us. Jody is part of the new sprinting coach sensation. And Jody's going to tell us exactly why he knew this was going to happen today and what are the plans for the future. Jody, welcome aboard. Please come and tell the viewers, the listeners on Irie Jam Radio, on Omilia Sports, did you expect the results today, and what is sprinting looking like for the future?
All right, good afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me here. This was inevitable. These guys been training for a good while now. They've been consistent. It's just that when they reach to the championships, they always fell short. But this time around, with the experience that they garnered, they delivered. So this was expected. Oblique was in good form. Kishe was in good form all season.
Daniel, go on, please.
Yes, Coach, I'm glad that you said you focus on the term experience, right? Because when it is I was explaining this yesterday, and I think that Tina Clayton really shouldered those nerves, I saw Sherika Jackson coming, Kemal, my prediction almost came true, like
very close,
almost came through, because I spoke to experience. I spoke to the ability to deal with the crowd, the ability to deal with a Julian Alfred beside you, a Shelley Fraser-Price beside you, a Shakari Richardson beside you. Those are, in order to deal with those stuff that don't necessarily have anything to do with your raw talent, just the outside noise, it has to take experience.
So coach, listen. So now you are working with some youngsters now. The next crop to come through. Now tell us what is the change? What is the change in the process, the program that you believe is going to make the difference? Because we've seen Seville and Kishe, they've been knocking on the door for a while. Now, what has been the change? As Kemal said, it's 10 years ago that we won a world title. What has changed?
Nothing. Nothing much has changed. We have the greatest high school championship in the world, and for over the years we have been turning out quality athletes from the high school. Sometimes some athletes take a little bit longer to make that transition from the junior to the senior level. You know, and some of them went overseas, but we have always been consistent in turning out athletes, good athletes from the junior level to the senior level. You know, but I mean, right now with the new technology that has come about, you know, a lot of coaches have been getting qualified, doing the new research and stuff, and following the footsteps of Steve Francis and the Glenn Mills. You know, a lot of coaches are being qualified and they are doing well. Even in the rural areas, coaches are doing well, you know, at the high school level. So it's just now to get to the senior level. We're working on it. They're working on it. A lot of coaches. You know,
Daniel.
new clubs are forming. You know, you have Freighter, you have Gregory Little, you know, I have a new club. So, you know, it's spreading out.
Coach, and another thing that you mentioned as well, you spoke about transition, and this season of the professional life as it relates to especially Jamaicans. We're seeing the transitions from high school to professional, right? We're seeing athletes like Brian Lavelle. We're seeing athletes like Tina Clayton, right? Oblique Civil making that transition. Zarnell Hughes made that transition. We're seeing these athletes now on the professional side. Julian Alfred, a lot of persons did not know that she also used to attend high school in Jamaica. She has also made the transition. A lot of athletes are making the transition into the professional realm very successfully and are currently doing well now on the circuit.
Yeah,
So listen up, guys.
And
So come on, go on. So come on,
definitely,
please.
when you look at it, things and times have changed in the sense that, you know, new machinery has been brought into place. Athletes are able to recover quicker from competition. You know, nutrition, you know, overall health of athletes are being prioritized at this time, in the sense that athletes aren't necessarily over competing. Athletes know their bodies, in the sense that, hey, they themselves know the fact that they have to take care of themselves in order to basically be in contention, in the sense that, hey, the competition has gotten a bit harder, even though we're not seeing sometimes in the sprints, we're not seeing world records, we're not seeing 10-4s in the 100 meters for women. We're not seeing the 9-5s, which is what we're still consistent. A lot of athletes are running consistent 9-8, 9-7, 9-9, but for the women, you know, consistent 10 years, 10-7 or 10-6, they are both. So again, you know, just overall, a lot of improvements have been making in the sport. And again, a lot of coaches, they themselves have to continue to improve themselves and improve their programs.
Now listen up, guys. We've got someone in Tokyo who is a massive, massive ambassador for Jamaica, a massive, massive entrepreneur, philanthropist. You know, amazing in what she brings to us. Janet Silvera, please tell us what's happening in Tokyo. Please.
A lot of excitement, electricity throughout the largest metropolis. Metropolis with the largest number of persons living in it, which is Tokyo. Listen, it's pure excitement.
Have you slept? Have you
We
slept?
are all
Have you slept?
celebrities, by the way. Every single one. When our buses arrive at the stadium, there are Japanese people standing outside, waving to us, waiting for us to disembark. It's unbelievable. Once you name Jamaican, you're a star. That's it.
I have a question for Janet, right? How has it been? You know, I've seeing where a lot of the athletes have been complaining about the heat and everything. Like, how has it been? Jamaica is hot, you know, but I'm hearing that Japan is way hotter. So how have you been adjusting?
We are dying. If you want me to be honest about the heat, it's unbearable. Yesterday I thought I was gonna go crazy. I had to move up and down a little bit so that I wasn't sitting and drink a lot of water. That is what saved us yesterday. A lot of water and some beer.
Janet, paint the scene for us. Paint the scene for us. So we had gold and silver in the men, silver in the women. What was the reaction like in the stadium?
Oh my God. I think people cried. We have not, I've been going to these events for a long time. We haven't seen a 1-2 in a long time. You know? It's like manna came down from heaven. We were so pleased. We were so happy. We felt so special.
Yep.
Having gone to the Olympics as well and doing so badly at the Olympics, we felt revived. We renewed, rejuvenated. We felt as if, listen to me now, the Sprint Factory is alive and well.
Well, Coach Muschette is really a testament to that. That's why he's here. Now, Janet, tell me something. So, Shelly-Ann Fraser, what was the reception like? The queen of sprint, our queen.
Listen,
you are the queen of Montego Bay. She's the queen of track and field. We 2 queens in one stadium. How did that work out?
She went out in style. The group that I'm with, there are about 150 of us. We made shirts, Shelly-Ann shirts. We had signs with Shelly-Ann. We had one that says legend. She went out like a legend. I was a little bit concerned, worried that, Shelly-Ann being who she is, the GOAT. I didn't want her to lose on a stage like that and then people remembering her for that. But that's not the case. She qualified for the finals. And that's what people remember as well. In addition to all the other accolades that she has earned over the years. So she really went out in style. And she handed the baton to a youngster. And that's what all of us look for in life. When we're leaving that legacy, that rich legacy that we've all grown accustomed to, we have seen it turned over to Tina. And Tia is here, Tina. Right. Tia is gonna be running in the 4x100.
So Daniel. So you saw the reaction from the crowd. You're talking to your friends and colleagues in Tokyo. What are they saying? You saw Daniel Dakers and flipping that table. Is that the reaction from the team?
Yes, and I must confess, I would have experienced. I feel very fortunate to have had front seat to experience that rip that Oblique Civil does at the end, where he rips off his bib, right? Because I got to see it at trial, so I'm not going to sit here and badmind Janet because I got to see all of that experience. I was just imagining that whenever that moment came about. But the reaction from the Jamaicans and all the other persons, the persons from France, the persons from the different parts of the Caribbean who were sitting in that, it appears to be a cafeteria or a waiting room. The reaction says it all, right?
Yes.
Dakers stood up and just celebrated. And I heard you guys mention Shelly a while ago, who I would have had a personal relationship with. And I'm sure 100% positive that Shelly is 100% pleased with all the legacy that she will be leaving behind. As Janet said, she has a mid-30s, right?
Yes.
She's 38. Almost
38, surpassing Chandra Stirrup of the Bahamas to become the oldest Jamaica, oldest woman to actually make a world championship final. Like, she was in that final with Chandra Stirrup in 2009, actually, which is crazy to think of 16 years ago.
And Kemal, she wasn't just in the final, she competed. She competed throughout the championships, right? At 38 years old. So that speaks volume. That speaks extreme volume. And I'm extremely proud of what Shelly has achieved.
Coach, tell us.
We should all be very proud of her.
Coach, tell us that she's 38 years old, still running.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing to the athletes now that they have this kind of longevity?
I mean, you'll see the longevity mostly in the female sprinters, but on the male side, I mean, you don't really see that much. But female sprinters are able to look at Merlene Ottey. When she was 40 years old, she was still competing. A lot of different athletes, female athletes, compete at older ages.
Would you ask Shelly to continue, or is it time for her to?
No, I think that she has done enough. She has done enough. Exactly what Janet said. She's a legend. She did so much for the sport, and she did so much for Jamaica. But I'm just saying that we have the 4x1 coming up, so we don't want to just start saying goodbye to her as yet, because I definitely feel like we can get the goal in the 4x1.
Definitely.
Kemal, who do you think is going to be our competitor? The Americans? Who else?
The United States is going to be a competitor. But again, their team has not looked that strong. Let's just be real. Like Melissa Jefferson Wooden has won. Shakira Richardson has not looked great. Yes, she did her season's best in the final. But again, Kayla White and Tonisha Terry were expected to be on the team. Did not make that final. Jamaica had few women in the 100 meters final. I'm assuming that the same team from World Relays, which included Tina, Shelley, and Cherika from World Relays, would be using everything. They have a good level of chemistry. All of them know each other and everything. Should be good to get goal again. If Jamaica does get gold here, it will be 3-for-3 because Jamaica won gold at the 1991 Tokyo World Championship, gold at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And wouldn't be extremely even better to get gold this time, 3-for-3? Excellent.
For Shelly.
Janet, if we get that gold, what's the celebration going to be like for Jamaica?
Well, first of all, we celebrate all day every day here in Tokyo, between me and you. We have our set clothing that we're going to be wearing. Every single day we decide how the celebration going to go. You should have heard us singing One Love in the stadium. But me honestly believe if we do the thing that you just said we can do, maybe we need a holiday in Jamaica.
You think that the Prime Minister can declare a national holiday, just like when we qualified for the World Cup in 1998?
Listen to me. We're coming back, Remember that we had stumbled a bit.
Yeah, we had stumbled a bit.
Coach, are we back? Are we back, Coach? Are we back?
Yeah, we're back, definitely. We're back. I said we never gone nowhere.
We're back,
We never gone nowhere. It's just that, at the hiccups, the previous championships,
Notice I'm using my words carefully.
Yeah, we had a few hiccups along the way. Again, Jamaica's talent pool is extremely deep, and I've mentioned this time and time again. Majority of Jamaica's young athletes are under the age of 25. Definitely. Again, this bodes well for the journey towards LA 2020 because Jamaica, all things being equal, barring injuries, Jamaica will have a good road to LA 2028 and have an exceptional LA 2028. Hopefully, I'll be in LA 2028 to experience that, like Janet as well.
Listen to me, I'm going to buy my ticket from now.
I see Chris mentioned in the chat that injuries has plagued our athletes for the last 10 years, starting with the era parent at the time, Johan Blake. I don't know if you guys remember when Johan Blake pulled up. I think it was at trials. He had pulled up, and I think it was an Achilles injury, right? It was an Achilles.
No, it was a hamstring injury. His
hamstring, yeah.
From the board.
I'm traumatized in a coach about those Achilles injuries, because they seem to be a real.
We saw you in the restaurant, and you were eating eel.
I was using my chopstick.
Your chopstick. Eel. Yeah. Now. Was that part of the celebration? What is the food like?
We don't stop celebrating here in Tokyo. We are celebrating. You know how long me say 1 and 2? 1, 2. And history we make tonight. So because we make history, me I eat with I use no fork tonight. I show my versatility. And I'm eating eel. E-E-L. Teriyaki eel for the first time in my life.
Go on, Janet.
History.
Go on, Janet.
1, 2. 1, 2. We done. Right, you take one? All right. Easy, scan. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me while I light my spliff.
What is clip?
Janet, thank you so much. Listen, we know we're gonna lose you soon, but listen, we want to have you back on before you leave Tokyo. You are our queen. Mobay loves you. We love you. Jamaica loves you. Keep flying the flag for Jamaica. Thank you for being our ambassador, and thank you for joining us on the show. Janet, we love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank you so much for having me. Gentle people,
Blessings, Janet.
enjoy the rest of your evening.
One love.
I'm going to love this meeting. Bye.
That's all.
Coach, listen. So Janet is celebrating. Coach, now tell us now. So, we've got the relays coming up. We've got Lavelle in the 200 meter. Is sprint back? That's the question that we're asking. People have been writing Jamaica off. Kemal is saying, Errol, the stats says something different. Daniel is saying he's talking to his colleagues, his former running partners, and sprinting is alive and well. Coach, tell me, assure me now that this is not a one-off.
This is not a one-off thing. This is not a one-off. Sprinting, it's back. I mean, we have new clubs forming. You have athletes. Before, there were athletes. We were only going to 1 and 2 clubs. Like, for example, the MVP.
Coach, can I just? We're going to take a half a second break, just so that we can run some commercials on the Irie Jam radio platform. So just give us a quick break, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Those watching on Irie Jam Radio, on Omilia Sports platform, we'll be right back with you.
Sports Caribbean.
Yo, this is your same boat, isn't it?
Sports.
Next on the decks.
The World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. I'm Errol Walters with Omilia Sports, Daniel Jarrett, and Kemal Forde. Coverage of the World Athletics Championship on Irie Jam Sports.
97 point.
Number 1.
On Friday, September the 26th, get ready for this one. The king of country reggae music, Gramps Morgan. It's Gramps Morgan from the Morgan Heritage Band, headlining for the very first time the No Water in My Whiskey tour. And he starts it off in Brooklyn. Friday, September the 26th, Crown Hill Theater, 715 Austin Avenue, Brooklyn, USA.
Positive vibration.
Tickets are $60 in advance, more at the door. And for more information, log on to gramsmorgan.com.
Rockers, that's where I'll be if you're looking for me.
The Universal Circus is coming to Newark, and we're having a one-day sale. Tickets for only $19.94. It all started in 1994, and we've got tickets to celebrate all day today for 24 hours only at universalcircus.com. Select seats and shows. It opens October 2nd in Newark, or stop by the food court at the Meals at Jersey Garden from 11 until 7. Today only.
Saturday, September 27th, Summer Stage presents Kabaka Pyramid, Lila Ike, and Federation Sound at the Coney Island Amphitheater in Brooklyn. This is a free show. Kabaka Pyramid with live band.
Red, gold, and green. We have the banner from you know your soul clean.
Lila Ike with her live band.
In New York, they want me to
Down Saturday, September 27th, Brooklyn, Coney Island.
Hey, Mr. DJ, play that one again.
Doors at 5. Showtime is 6 to 9 p.m.
It's all Shelly and Fraser Price.
Hello, this is Shelly and Fraser Price, world champion and Olympic medalist. I'm in the building, Irie Jam Radio 97.1 FM HD3. I am so excited that we're bringing the vibes live.
The World Athletics Championships in Tokyo.
And now sports commentaries.
Glorious goal once again to Shelly and Fraser Price. Absolutely incredible performance.
Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back to our viewers, our listeners on the Irie Jam platform, on the Omilia Sports platform. I have my esteemed co-presenters, Daniel Jarrett, Kemal Forde, and I have the coach who is the heir apparent. We know that we have the Frano and the Glen Mills, but we now have a new set of coaches coming through. Coach Muschette, you're leading that pack. What are we going to expect from you? You're saying that sprinting didn't go away. So tell us, what have you got planned for the future?
I mean, sprinting, it's in our DNA. We have a championship at every level. From primary to high school, we have the biggest championships in high school. So sprinting, we have always been turning on athletes, but in the past we had athletes only going into 1 and 2 camps, the MVP or the racers, and they were flooding those camps. So the coaches couldn't really give them that attention that they deserve. But now that there are other clubs forming, athletes, can get that attention that they need. Just look at Osborne, who coaches level, so that's one. And then we have Akeem Blake being coached by Freighter, so other clubs are forming, so these athletes can get that individual attention that they definitely need. Before they were stifling in the 1 and 2 clubs that were here. So with all these clubs coming up, I'm starting a club. A few other clubs are here. With that going on now, you'll see other athletes making the transition to the senior level. Definitely.
Daniel, what do you say about that? Do you believe that MVP and racers were running a monopoly, a cartel, but now that they've opened things up, that now we should start seeing the talents that were in those packs now becoming individuals in their own rights?
First and foremost, I want to big up my former coach, Stephen Frano Francis. I don't think Stephen Frano Francis was running a cartel. I don't want to get myself in trouble, Big shout out to Frano. Big shout out to Paul. Miss Osborne was there when I was there as well. A big shout out to Miss Osborne. We call her Shelly. Shelly is doing her thing right now. And Brian Lavelle is one of her athletes. Delano Kennedy is also one of her athletes. Delano Kennedy is a Jamaican. And today he actually ran a personal best in that 400 meters. So she is doing phenomenal things. Michael Freighter stepped out. So I think that yes, Errol, a lot of things are going on as it relates to the development of track and field. Basically handling it in a way that athletes can actually make the transition successfully, and not only make the transition but also receive the guidance that they so need to transition effectively and to progress throughout the sport and become successful.
Kemal, tell me, are the times saying that we are back?
Definitely. I think, we have seen where women sprinting in general, the aim is to actually be in the 10-7, 10-8, 10-6 range. Only a few women have actually gone 10-6 in this year, with Elaine Thompson here being the fastest with 10.54. Shelly, Sharika, Shakiri, no, Melissa Jefferson wouldn't have joined that elite pack of women, for the Tia was at 10-7. In fact, one of the things that I forgot to mention, Tia is now equal with the legendary Veronica Campbell Brown on the all-time list. Veronica ran 10.76 in 2011 when Tia was just like 7 years old at the time. So yeah, the times are indicated of that in the men's 100 meters. Yeah, to earn a medal, ideally in this time 9.8, 9.7 thereabout. Is the ballpark that they should be in. We're still waiting to see a 9.6 again. The last time I saw a 9.6 was at the 2012 London Olympics, where you see about an Olympic record of 9.63 seconds. So, we're back. We have a good quality athletes, outside of Oblique, Shane, Tia, Tina, we have a lot of people coming up, and the world should watch out for Jamaica, because Jamaica, we're here, we're here to stay. We're not going to make any mistakes this time. We're not going to slip up.
Daniel,
a quick one. I want to just expand it also to our Caribbean brothers as well, because we saw Julian Alfred in that final two, and Julian Alfred definitely delivered with a third place. Right, so big up to Julian Alfred. Jeremy Richards from Trinidad was also in the 400-meter heats, where he won his heat and is now in the semi-final. So it's not only Jamaica that is in the Caribbean that is doing well, it's the Caribbean overall, because we see athletes making progress and doing well on the big stage. I would have gotten a chance to speak with Jeremy Richards excellent personality, really bubbly personality. A man that loves God, a man that speaks highly of even his family, right? Dream is his daughter's name, and Jareem is his name. So you can see how that plays out. A big shout out as well to Zarnel Hughes, who would have trained in Jamaica, right? Didn't make it to the final, but he has been doing well on the world stage. So it's not only in Jamaica, but also our Caribbean brothers and sisters who are doing well too.
And I thank you for that, Daniel, because Irie Jam, we cover the Caribbean. So we're just not only a Jamaican radio station, we are a Caribbean radio station. So I love that we're recognizing our Caribbean colleagues. Coach, so there's so many athletes training in Jamaica now from across the Caribbean, across the world. Is this now that we're back, we're going to see a greater influx of athletes coming to Jamaica?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll see more athletes wanting to come to Jamaica. Now that they're seeing that other coaches are coming out. I think athletes all over the world will want to come here. It has been happening before, but I see where it's increasing. Yeah.
And so from a business perspective, because we've seen athletics as a biz. We know that the problem that we have, Daniel. The problem we had with Grand Slam. A lot of athletes have not been paid, but can we now start to monetize in Jamaica doing things ourselves? Having
Yes.
more Grand Slams, more Grand Prix.
I see Chris speaking a lot in the comments, and Kemal also. And guys, we have a whole track and field group, right, where we speak about these type of things, how it is that we can go about monetizing the sport and allowing for the sport to be even more marketable within the Caribbean, right? A big shout out to Champs. I heard someone speak about Champs earlier on, which is one of the biggest stages in the world. A lot of sponsors are running into it. I'm actually really surprised. Champs has gotten the promotion, right? Champs has gotten the sponsorship, but I believe that a lot more can be done to send Champs not only to Jamaica but to the world. When you look at the US trials and the type of sponsorship that the US trials received, I think that as Jamaicans who really have some of the greatest or develop some of the greatest athletes through the avenue of Champs, I believe that it's a possibility to an endless possibility rather to get a lot of sponsorship to come on board and to send the name of the ISA Boys and Girls Championships to the world.
Definitely. And we look at the Champs overall, like Champs has become the forum where we have seen a lot of these athletes. Champs has really shown that you don't have to be the fastest to become great. You have seen Kishan Thompson wasn't the best Champs athlete, but here he is a double major championship silver medalist. We look at avenues such as the Gibson Relay that invite various high schools, from the region, Nakak region, just to compete at these meets and everything. And I think if as a Jamaican, as Champs has been like how it is for the years, if Jamaica can potentially invite some of the US schools to probably join to run a relay or something, an exhibition event, just to be in that type of environment, because a lot of athletes, speaking to them at races, Grand Slam and everything, they have not necessarily experienced an atmosphere like Jamaica where people are actually glad to see them, and Jamaica welcome them as if they're our own.
So gentlemen, today, okay, so we had the 100 meters. Amazing, women and men, but we have the 400 eats, right? Now, Coach, tell us about the performance of our 400 runners. We saw the defending champion, complained about having problems 2 days into the championship. What could have happened to Antonio Watson?
I think that his season he has not competed as much. I think it's it has a lot to do with him being race sharp. I think it's only maybe 2 times he ran for the whole season. So I think it was about him being race sharp, and he wasn't race sharp. I think it was due to injuries. At one point he said he couldn't walk for a couple of days. So I think it just got the best of him. I think he wasn't ready, but I know he can come back by next year.
Daniel, you've spoken to people on the ground today. What are they saying in terms of the 400 and the semifinals?
In fact, I would have gotten an interview from Noel. Noel who was on yesterday. I'm not sure if Electra got that interview to play. I posted it. I'm not sure if she has it, but he was indeed disappointed in his performance. But even prior to today, Errol, I would have spoken or I would have seen live, like in person, Antonio Watson throughout the trials, right? And each time that Antonio crossed that line throughout the rounds, you can see the frustration in his face. You could see that, hey, I am really not satisfied with where I am now, right? And when I saw his times just cutting down while he was on the circuit, right? I thought that this was the re-emergence of Antonio. And here he comes for the world championship. But as coach said, injuries is a thing or are a thing, right? And it's really just depressing how these stuff can really set you back in the biggest moments, the greatest moments, the moments that you actually want to deliver. We see it, or we saw it with Rochelle Clayton. We saw it with Megan Simmons, Megan Tapper, and now Antonio Watson.
That you expected today. Well, tell us what happened, because you look very disappointed,
Disappointed indeed. As I mentioned earlier, upstairs, I'm in the best shape of my life, but as we know, track and field come with obstacles, and I just hit a roadblock in the past 2 days.
What can you tell us about that roadblock?
Well, I'm not sure what's really happened, but I won't disclose further. I'll have to talk to coach first and see what he said about it.
So is it something physical?
Yes, it's physical. For those who think that something's wrong with me mentally, it's not that case. I'm one of the strongest guys anyone who know me will ever know. And certain things do happen as athlete. It's just how we bounce back, and I was bouncing back quite fine. We were looking so good in training and stuff, but training doesn't count. We can't come out here and deliver, and I didn't deliver today. Circumstances, but I won't blame it on that.
It must be tough for you, Antonio, coming here to defend your title and for it to end like this.
I'm actually happy that I could come out here and run. A month ago, or a month and 2 weeks ago, I actually couldn't walk properly. So coming out here and finish this race, I feel very proud of myself, but knowing my quality, I'm a bit disappointed, but I got to just move on from this one.
It means that we're going to be seeing Antonio Watson again.
Most definitely. Bigger and better.
Antonio, you say it's physical. Do you think you'll be able to recover from this to compete in the 4x4 release?
It's possible for me to come back in the 4x4. Got good guys working with, so I just got to come back, work with them and see what it is from there.
All right, Antonio, thank you for representing us. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Daniel. That was wonderful, Coach. So, would you, how do you deal with the situation now? Would you use him in the relay? I never want to write off an athlete. He's been a servant of ours. He's a national. He's a gold medalist. He's a defending champion of the World Championship. Would you try? What instincts? What are your instincts saying as the coach? If you're the head coach for the Jamaican national team, you're selecting the 4x4 team. What are you going to do?
All right, I know that Antonio Watts is a great athlete. Well, definitely, if I was the head coach, I would have like a baton pass, baton practice, and I would look at his race fitness in terms. I would give them like maybe a test run and see at 300 meters or whatever, just to see if he's, ready. And then we'll take it from there. Depending on how he performs, then I'll make my decision whether I'll use him or not. But if he can't perform during the training session, or then I'll use somebody different.
Kemal, with the times that we're seeing in the 400, 43, is where even Nakat is looking. You know, you know, what are your thoughts in terms of the 4x4 team? Who are we looking for? Do we have that expanse of a team to have choices?
Definitely, Jamaica has a good pool of athletes over the both the four and the four hurdles that we can depend on to basically carry that baton around and put us in good position. Will be tough to be amongst medals and everything with USA, Botswana, and Great Britain, but you may never know. The athletes in the pool that I would actually put on that 4x4 would include the likes of a Bovell McPherson run 44.5 this morning. I put Rashid McDonald, who has been very much consistent. I'll probably put him in the heat. They have the likes of Roshan Clark, who has gone 44.9 this season as well. We have the likes of Delano Kennedy and company. Again, the pool we have at least 45 men who can carry that, be in that pool and basically choose the better athletes to compete for us on the day.
Daniel, so he said something happened, but he's not able to tell us what it is. Do you know what is wrong?
No, but I would assume that he says that it's physical. So everybody, I mean, the most calculated assumption that one can make from that is that somewhere on his body is bothering him, or maybe it is that there was some injury somewhere, and he thought that it would have gotten better, and maybe it hasn't really healed. So that's the first thing that came to mind when he spoke about the fact that this thing that happened days ago that he can't speak about is a physical thing, right? That's the first thing that came to mind. So it's again, I say it's quite unfortunate. But again, Antonio he's, as he said, he's very strong mentally. He is the type of person who can step out there and you never know what he can deliver. Almost like um Big boy, Rashid McDonald, who I rate and respect 100%. Once Rashid steps to that line in your head, is either he does exceptionally well, or he just maybe not necessarily delivers as well. But yeah, man, that's Antonio. Antonio is just an athlete of his own kind.
So, Coach, we've got the 200 that we're looking at. We've got the hurdles coming up in the morning. So we've got Rashawn, we've got Assini, and we've got my athlete, Malik James King. But when we look at the sprints, we've got the 200. We've got Adam Carr, Adrian Carr, Brian Lavelle, and we've got Christopher Taylor. Right now, what are our chances there?
I think we'll have level. I don't want to call it level. Level looks to me like he can definitely make the finals. Carr, he ran a pretty good time to qualify for the world champ. He ran what 20.2. If he's in that shape, he'll definitely make the finals as well. Christopher Taylor has the ability. So let's see. They can make the finals if they run their best. So we can look for them.
Daniel, so what is the story with Lavelle and the 4x1? People are asking question. Is he going to be in the 4x1 team?
Well, I wasn't anticipating that question.
Listen,
it changed it up on me, man.
our listeners, our viewers. Daniel, you're the man in the know. Listen, I'm in America, so you can plead the fifth. I can accept the fifth from you. You can plead the fifth, because I know you don't want to divulge sensitive information. But
there's a reason why I have Level probably creating an upset in that 200. If we notice, he is not a part of the 100. One, he's not a part of the relay. Two, he is only running that 200 meters.
First
right?
leg.
So we're talking about an athlete who has run 19.69, who is basically trending his times down, right? He became the national champion this year again. So I think the possibility of him going on the podium is just as realistic as a Kenny B or a Let's See Tobago, right? But a lot of persons would cuss me off for that. But I had said the same. Or we would have seen Tina Clayton appear at her first championship and get a silver medal. So why can't Brian Level do it? Right? 19.69 is not a walk in the park. Right? So guys, I think everything is very strategic. Not I think. I may just know that everything is very strategic as he approaches this year's championship. So
Kemal,
look out for Brian Level, guys.
Kemal, with that time, do you think that that strategic move is going to pay off, or do you
Yeah,
think he stands a better chance taking home a silver or a gold in the 4x1? Break it down
I
for us.
I think based on Brian Level's performances this season, and I looked at the men's 100 meters this morning and watched pros interviews, and I this has shifted my attention. I do believe that Brian Level can be amongst the medalists in the sense that I saw an interview with Kenneth Bednarik. He was very upset and was like, "Hey, he doesn't want to be. He's not necessarily in the boat to compete anymore because he did better than 100 meters." Brian Level again, he's only doing the 200 meters. A medal is there for him. He has competed with Leslie Toboga before as a junior athlete at the 2021 Cali World Under 2022 Cali World Under 20 Championship, and a year before in Nairobi as well. Very talented. I would not be surprised if Brian Level runs something in the 19.5 range, should be on the podium. I don't say him running 19.5 and not getting a medal. Who will he take off that podium? It's very much possible that it might be Kenny Bednarik. I think that Noah is riding on a high. No, like he has medal in the 100 meters, confident boots and everything, and he's on the trajectory of wanting to equal Usain Bolt's record of becoming winning four consecutive world championship title. They still to Bogus as the Olympic champion, who that want to go down with a fight. Depending on who feels a bit steady, I know the fact that they have to run an excellent curve. Definitely Brian Level can do it. And copper medal, like Jamaica's not medal in 200 meters at the global championship in since Usain Bolt's gold medal. So it is moment to shine.
Level, let me say,
Sorry, Coach, yeah.
Brian Level, if he's consistent with that 19.6, he'll definitely be on the podium. Definitely.
Yes, that was what I was about to say. I think that if Level runs 9.6, he'll definitely make that podium.
Yeah, without a doubt. He'll definitely be on the podium. So it all boils down to, after him making that semifinals and even going through the rounds, it can't exert too much going through the rounds.
Too much,
and
yeah.
When he gets to that semifinals, when he makes the finals, it all depends on how he recovers. They have to make sure that he recovers properly and go into that finals fresh and ready. And I think he can medal. He can be on the podium.
And let me also say this, Coach, that I think Shaniki Osborne has that golden touch. The short stint that she got with Elaine, we would have seen what she would have done during that time and had Elaine doing just crazy things. By the way, a big shout out to Elaine. We really miss you on the track, Elaine, really and truly, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you guys, look out for Level in that 200 because it has the possibility. I actually booked his interview from before he flew for Tokyo. I went to his team and I told him that after Brian Level go to that 200 and medal, I want to interview him.
Yeah, gentlemen, let's just pause for a second. So I want to warn our listeners and our viewers that are on the Irie Jam feed that Irie Jam goes to regular viewership. So if you want to continue listening to these esteemed gentlemen, continue on the Omilia social media page or on this link. We will continue. These guys have a lot more to tell us. We're going to run over time, another 10 minutes. Darion Skerrit is here. He's going to join us. He's going to tell us about that video. So, guys, please pop over and join us. Darion, welcome. And please come and tell us what you're doing in Tokyo, and tell us about that scene with Dakers.
Hi, morning everyone. Hope morning for me, evening for everybody else. Thank you again for having me. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, so last night was a very eventful evening, with everyone tuning in to see the 100-meter down in the dining hall. It wasn't just Jamaicans; it was literally countries from all over also trying to tune in to see the outcome and results of that race, because, as we know, it was a very much highly anticipated event, and the outcomes were very much unsure. So the, I would say, magnitude of suspense was very much raging. So it was very much exciting to watch. And you know how Jamaicans are in terms of them and their passion for winning. So that was definitely the fuel to that video that is down viral.
So Darren, so listen, you train in Jamaica, you attend the University of the West Indies, so you know the Jamaicans very, very well. What is the camp like? How are you feeling? How are things? You're in an incredible team, Achilles Stewart. Your teammates with Rashawn Clark. Tell us what's the mood like, and we're going to play that video for our viewers, our listeners. But in the meantime, just tell us what's going on with you.
Yeah, indeed. So far, it's been a wonderful experience. This is my first international competition, being World Championships. Given that I train in Jamaica, I'm very much familiar with the Jamaicans, so most of my time being spent here, I spend with the Jamaicans, mixing and mingling with them. For me, preparation has kind of slowed down a bit due to an ongoing injury that I'm trying to overcome, but nevertheless, it's not deterring me. I'm still gonna try my best to, make an appearance on Wednesday, come for the 200. But everything has been high energy over here, very exciting, and I mean, as you can see from the video, it's been very much fun for us over here.
So listen, we asked the question, how do you guys relax? How do you, and we can see from that dining hall there that there's spirits are high. There's a lot of camaraderie going on. So yeah, I know this is your first experience on this massive stage, World Championship, and you're looking forward to Olympics. Just tell us how you're feeling.
For me, it gives me, definitely hope going forward to the future, given that I now can have, tangible proof that dreams actually do come true, because this has been something that I've been trying to work towards over the years, and I'm just grateful that I now have the opportunity to be on this stage at this level. So it's just, just motivation for me going forward to the future, and just reassures me that I am capable of, achieving great things just like everyone else.
Wonderful. So you have the 200 meters coming up. I know you're working with Achilles to work through some things, So, Darren, we wish you all the very best. As Daniel said earlier on, that we not only cheer for Jamaicans, we cheer for the Caribbean. You are from Antigua, but you're one of us. Irie Jam is a Caribbean radio station, so we are supporting of all our Caribbean colleagues. So we wish you the very best of luck. Guys, is there anything you want to say to Darren before he goes?
All the best.
All the best.
All the best. Keep it up, continue waving the Antiguan flag high, as a UA Pelican myself, I've had a lot of Antiguan classmates, just continue presenting to the best of your ability.
For sure, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Good luck.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, I do hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you so much.
You guys hearing me?
Yeah, we are hearing you, Daniel. Yes, we are.
Okay.
So Daniel, listen, now, normally we have 100 meters at the back end of the championship. So it's almost like this has been the climax. Is it going to be an anticlimax? We've got better to come? Kemal, are we going to see more gold medals? Relays, 200
definitely.
meters. Where are we seeing more gold medals to come? Coach,
definitely. Gold medals are likely to come tomorrow morning, and this is me making a bold prediction here. I'm seeing where the veteran herself, Daniel Williams, who turned 33 yesterday, is likely to be on that gold medal podium again. She runs her best when she's under the radar. Sure, Masaros is there. It's hurdles. Anything can happen that day. Daniel Williams would like to surpass the likes of Michelle Perry and Giant Gildivas as a three-time world champion in the event. Daniel has 2 world titles, gunning for a third one this time. Masaros is there. Grace Stark, Akira Nugent, Omar Brown. Is going to be a fantastic competition tomorrow morning.
Daniel Williams is a character, because you see her actions are very loud, but you see her talk is very soft. So when it is that I spoke to her at Grand Slam, she went out there and she did her thing, right? And she performed great, I think at the time she did win Grand Slam.
Yes, she won. She won Kingston.
Yeah. And she was like, all it is I do, I just go there and run. There's nothing that's really to it. And I'm like, Daniel, come on, really? You're really telling me that? And then she went to trials. I think she only ran one of the races and then backed up because of course she's the world champion.
Yeah,
she's
she
the world champion.
Did the 100 meters as well just for speed work. I think she did 2 runs at 100 meters.
Exactly. And then I spoke to her again. And Daniel was like, nah. That's all I do. Like that's just me, But the thing is, and Kemal, you're right. Daniel tends to run extremely well when it is that she is the underdog, and she always delivers when it is that no one is expecting her to do so. Yes, I believe that Daniel will improve massively on that 12:31 seconds that she would have run as a PB this season. Do I think her improvement is going to be enough to defeat a Masai Russell? Based on how Masai looked today, she looked clean. She looked very efficient going over those hurdles. Again, I say there's also Akira Nugent who looked really good to me also, right?
That's what I was just gonna say. I mean, we're counting out Akira Nugent.
Akira Nugent also looks really good. So I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to call this one, but I'm going to call it for Masai Russell only because she has registered 2 12-1s this season, and I'm comparing that performance to Mel Jeff's performance, who would have also registered 2 10-6s this season and go on and went on to the World Championship to win in 10:61, a championship record, right? So I see Masai Russell winning at the World Championships. 2nd and 3rd place. Again, I want to keep my predictions. Toby Amusan for 2nd and for 3rd. Yesterday, I meant to say Akira Nugent for 3rd, but I was in a rush to just wrap it up. So Akira Nugent is actually my 3rd place, right? Daniel will, I won't be surprised if Daniel delivers as well.
So, Coach, now we've had a fantastic day. We have a week coming. What do you say to your athletes when you go back to training tomorrow? Because now there are high expectations. What are you going to say to your athletes?
Well, I'm just going to let them know that, I mean, anything is possible. I mean, look at what Oblique had done. I mean, almost everybody was counting out Oblique, saying he had mental issues. He went to so many championships and he choked in the finals and all of that. But I was defending him. I was telling him that, hey, listen, I don't see where he has a mental issue. And him getting up with that slow reaction and to run back on the field like that, he's strong mentally, because, I mean, a lot of athletes would have stopped in the race, seeing that the other competitors had gone already. They would have maybe given up, but he ran them down and qualified for the semifinals, for the finals. So they counted him out, and he came back, believed in himself, and he delivered. So anything is possible. You know, all you have to do is just to believe in yourself. So that's what I'm going to tell them. I'm going to remind them of what he did, and you know, tell them that just believe in yourself, and put one foot
And all
forward.
of this, you know, coach, is like a storybook being written. Because one can also remember a few years back when Usain Bolt started and stumbled out of the blocks, almost fell on his face, right? And recovered to qualify to qualify in a similar way that Oblique did today. So, boy, everything is like it's being panned out. As Kemal said yesterday, or at some point he said it's like a poetry in motion, you know. Yeah,
So,
man, and that's
Kemal,
something with the slowest start in history,
The
right?
fastest
Thank
one
you,
of
Chris.
Kemal, you've got the final word. What are we gonna expect tomorrow?
Excitement. So for the morning session in Tokyo this morning, we have the women's 400-meter hurdles from the Caribbean perspective. We have the likes of the Jamaicans, Anjanette Knight and Cheyenne Salmon. We have Tia Adana Bell of Barbados in that race as well. We have the men's 110, which is in the morning for our side of the region. We have the likes of Tyler Mason, Demario Prince, and an Orlando Bennett. We have the women's 100-meter hurdles semifinals. The semifinals there, and the finals we have the likes of Daniel Williams, Akira Nugent, Amar Brown, and Toby Amos, and we have also Devin Charlton. Excellent performances between this tonight and tomorrow morning. And tune in, continue to support your athletes. And this is a fun part of the season, championship. The moment that that really matters most. No one cares about what you did in January, February, March. This is now September. Like, you need to show us what you can do within this moment.
Gentlemen, so again, we've had an exhilarating hour. I want to thank you. Coach, I want to thank you for coming on and really giving us an insight into the minds of sprinters. And you're confirming to us that sprinting is alive and well in the Caribbean. I can't wait to see your charges come through in the new season, because I know you have some charges up your sleeve. We're looking forward, we're anticipating. So I really want to thank you for coming on board. Daniel, as always, I know you're getting the scoops. I know you're going to come with some really good videos and scoops tomorrow, but listen, none of this would have been possible without our producers. Electra, we've never seen her. We don't know if she exists. She just produces this show and she does an amazing job, right? So Louis Grant, exceptional gentleman extraordinaire. And our engineer, Nigel, who's doing amazing stuff behind the scenes, Nigel Durant. Folks, we'll be back tomorrow again. I'm going to have these amazing co-presenters back with us tomorrow. Daniel's going to go for some more crazy videos, some more scoops. Kemal, I don't know if Kemal, can you hold any more information in your head?
I'll try. I need sleep, Dan. I need sleep. I need to get some sleep tonight, definitely.
And Coach, we would love to have you back on before the end of the championship, because I'm sure after 200 meters, you're going to come and break it down for us and tell us exactly what happened and how it happened and why it happened. So, gentlemen, I thank you so much for being here, giving our viewers on the Irie Jam platform, on the Omilia Sports platform. Folks, Omilia platform is where it's happening. The collaboration with Irie Jam is amazing. So I just want to thank you all so much. I look forward for this conversation tomorrow. We're going to do it all over again. Thank you very much. Good night.
All right. Good night.
Great. That's the only word I can say. Great, and thank God.
Tell him.
Trust in God.
Them
Them
Great, man. Great.
Online
at IrieJamRadio.com.
It's Irie Jam Radio Sports.
Sports Caribbean. Sports.
This is Irie Jam Sports, and I am Errol Walters.
Next on the decks.
Irie Jam Radio Sports.
So excited. You made my day.
Sports Extra.
The World Athletics Championships in Tokyo.
And now sports commentaries.
I'm Errol Walters. Tune in with Omilia Sports, Daniel Jarrett, and Kemal Forde on Irie Jam Sports.
97 point.
Number 1. HD3.
Live coverage of the World Athletics Championship.
IrieJamRadio.com. Sign up.
Tell someone about
97.
The HD3.
Irie Jam Radio.
We will be bringing you all the news, all the excitement, all the attractions.
Sports Extra with
Errol Walters.
Irie Jam Radio.
Sports. Tune in.
Irie Jam Radio Sports.
Coverage.
Celebrates at the line. That's a new lifetime best.